आप लोगों की लर्निंग क्लासेस?
Class is going good, ma'am.
समझ में आ रहा है कुछ? आप तो एकदम
Yes, ma'am.
धुआंधार होमवर्क भेज रहे हैं, देख रही हूँ मैं।
थैंक यू मैम। नहीं, वो तो मैंने काफी पहले पहले किया था। सर ने उसको रिव्यू करना है, मैंने भी उसको अपडेट भी करना है उसके बाद।
बात तो सही है, किताबों में इतना ज्ञान होता है ना, और अगर पूरी बुक में से हमें दो चीजें भी याद रह जाएं या एक भी कोई इंपॉर्टेंट चीज समझ में आ जाए, सो दैट कैन बी एक्चुअली लाइफ चेंजिंग। और ये बात
यस
ना
मैम।
मुझे शादी के अब 12-13 साल बाद समझ में आती है कि सर के हाथ में हमेशा किताब क्यों होती थी।
चलो मैम, देर से आए दुरुस्त आए।
हाँ।
एब्सोल्युटली मैम।
तो मैं विक्रम जी से रिक्वेस्ट करूंगी, स्टार्ट करें।
Sure, ma'am. I hope that after reading the first three chapters, you are getting the idea that just because you are acting in the capacity of a trader doesn't mean that you have learned the appropriate ways to think about what you do. As I have already stressed several times, what separates the best traders from everyone else is not what they do or when they do it, but rather how they think about what they do and how they are thinking when they do it. If your goal is to trade like a professional and be a consistent winner, then you must start from a premise that the solutions are in your mind and not in the market. Consistency is the state of mind that has at its core certain fundamentals thinking strategies that are unique to trading. Experiencing a few more winning trades can convince almost everyone that trading is easy. Recall your own experiences. Think back to those trades that brought a stream of money flowing into your account when all you had done was make a simple decisions to buy or sell. Now combine the extremely positive feeling you get from winning and getting money with no effort, and it's almost impossible not to conclude that making money as a trader is easy. But if that's the case, if trading is so easy, then why is it so difficult to master? Why are so many traders at their wits end? Can you move on, ma'am? Yeah. No, no, not that much. Just one line. Yeah. Wits end, grappling with the obvious contradictions. If it is true that trading is easy and traders know it is because they have had the direct experience of how easy and effortless it is, then how can it also be possible that they can't make what they have learned about the market work for them over and over again? In other words, how do we account for the contradictions between what we believe about trading and our actual trading results over time?
यस, तो पहले इसको थोड़ा डिस्कस कर लेते हैं, देन वी विल मूव फर्दर।
Right, ma'am. So basically, here the point here is uh, it's not that easy to be get success into the trading unless you are not consistent. That's the nutshell of this. Because if that would be that easy, everyone would be a successful trader. So that
हम्म।
is not happening. Only the 5% people overall the market are successful. Those who are making money out of the trading. So the basic behind of them is the consistency about their learning, about their you know buy and sell strategy, and they remain with that. That's why they get successful. So sometimes we get successful, we get some money, and then make the decision based on those ideas. That should not be the right thing. So be stick to your strategy. Maybe sometime wrong strategies gives the money, but those will not be a long run to success.
राइट,
That's only the
एब्सोल्युटली।
summary of it.
राइट, कि कभी कभी वो हमें लगता है क्योंकि मार्केट हमें कुछ रॉन्ग स्ट्रेटेजी से, कुछ रॉन्ग डायरेक्शन से भी पैसे मिल जाते हैं, तो हमें लगता है कि यार यही सही है, बट वो सारे
Right.
पैसे एक ही दिन में उड़ जाते हैं फिर।
जी।
तो संतोष जी, आप कुछ शेयर करेंगे?
No, I'm काफी straightforward था. Consistency is the key of success, key to success.
यस.
जो ऑथर यहाँ पे एक्सप्लेन करना चाह रहे हैं.
और चाहे छोटे छोटे स्टेप्स ले, बट छोटे छोटे प्रॉफिट्स करें, बट वो कंसिस्टेंसी के साथ बनाए रखें, है ना. तो दैट बाय दैट
यस.
टाइम अगर आप 20 विनिंग ट्रेड्स करते हैं, देन यू विल बी एबल टू जंप. आई स्टिल रिमेम्बर इनिशियल डेज में सर की ये बातें मुझे, अब जब मैं ये बुक पढ़ती हूँ ना, तो मुझे स्ट्राइक करती हैं. इसीलिए मैं बीच बीच में शेयर करती हूँ. सर यूज टू टेल मी कि अभी मेरे 20 सक्सेसफुल ट्रेड्स जब हो जाएंगे, देन आई विल इंक्रीज माय कैपिटल या कुछ और चेंज करूंगा, बट 20 सक्सेसफुल ट्रेड्स मुझे चाहिए, विच ही एक्चुअली डिड. एंड व्हेन ही डिड, ऑफ कोर्स उसके बाद वो कॉन्फिडेंस लेवल ही चेंज हो जाता है. तो क्या है ना कि वो पेशेंस के साथ कंसिस्टेंसी अगर बनाए रखे ना, तो कोई आपको सक्सेसफुल होने से रोक नहीं सकता.
Thinking about trading, the answer are all in the way of you think about it. The irony is that trading can be as much fun as and as effortless as your experience of it has been on occasion. But experiencing these qualities consistently is a function of your perspective, your belief, your attitude, or your mindset. Choose the term you are most comfortable with. They all refer to the same thing. Winning and consistency are states of mind in the same way that happiness, having fun, and satisfactions are states of mind. Your states of mind is a byproduct of your belief and attitude. You can try to create consistency without having the appropriate belief and attitudes, but your results won't be any different than if you try to be happy when you are not having fun. But your results won't be different than if you try to be happy when you are not having fun. Okay, when you are having fun, it can be a very difficult to change your perspective to one where you all of a sudden start enjoying yourself. Of course, the circumstances of your situation could suddenly shift in a way that causes you to experience joy. But then your state of mind would be a result of an external shift of conditions, shift in conditions, not a result of an internal shift in your attitude. If you depend on outside conditions and circumstances to make you happy, so that you always are enjoying yourself, then it is extremely unlikely that you will experience happiness on the consistent basis. However, you can greatly increase the possibilities of your being happy by developing fun time attitudes, and more specifically by working uh, on neutralizing the belief and attitudes that prevent you from having fun or enjoying yourself. Creating consistency success as a trader works the same way. You can't rely on the market to make your consistently successful any more than you can rely on the outside world to make you consistently happy. People who are truly happy don't have to do anything in order to be happy. They are happy people who do things. Traders who are consistently successful are consistent as a natural expressions of who they are. They don't have to try to be a consistent, they are consistent. This may seems like an abstract distinctions, but it is vitally important that you understand the difference. Being consistent is not something you can try to be, because the very act of trying will negate your intent by mentally taking you out of the opportunity flow, making it less likely that you will win and more likely you will lose. Your YT best trades were easy and effortless. You didn't have to try to make them easy, and they were easy. There was no struggle. You saw exactly what you needed to see, and you acted on what you saw. You were in a moment, a part of opportunity flow. When you are in the flow, you don't have to try because everything you know about the market is available to you. Nothing is being blocked or hidden from your awareness, and your actions seems effortless because there are no struggle or resistance. On the other hand, having to try indicates that there is some degree of resistance or struggle. Otherwise, you would just be doing it and not have to try to be doing it. It also indicates that you are trying to get what you want from the market. While it seems natural to think this indicates that you are sorry, think this way, it is perspective fraught from difficulties. Too complicated paragraphs, actually, so much like
इतना ही डिस्कस करना
effort.
है बेटे
Yeah.
ऊपर करती
So
हूँ मैं
actually, yeah, let me go through like one by
तो
one.
यहीं से
Actually,
करना
it's time. Yeah, it's actually the meaning of here is they want it to be a consistent and enjoyable. Because what happened when you you start enjoying. See, it's a somehow the story related to Three Idiot. Okay,
हाँ
Three Idiot
हाँ
movie,
राइट
like where he started enjoying the fun out of his learning, then he automatically it become the habit of his actually to invention the new things. What that's uh, Amir Khan was doing in that Three Idiot movie. So similar way he's narrating here. You start enjoying and then making fun out of your learning. And when you are watching the graph, or when you're realizing the graph, you will start enjoying. Okay, I find out that trade. So when you will start enjoying that, definitely it become your habit, and you need not to put more efforts to identify those patterns, those graphs, those traits. So that's basically is explaining here. But sometime what happened, your state of mind doesn't allow you to be a fit into that state comfortably. So that's only the efforts where we have to bring our mind or our habit to come again to that level, or to make ourselves comfortable with that out of the box uh, you know stories which are not going along with your learning. So you have to again bring up your strategy or your mindset to, like, okay, we will do it. I'm continuously practicing those things. That's only what I understood with this
राइट राइट
complete paragraphs.
अभी अभी इधर मुझे एक लाइन बहुत ही अच्छी लगी दैट यू कांट रिलाई ऑन द मार्केट टू मेक यू कंसिस्टेंटली सक्सेसफुल and you
Right,
can't more than you can rely on the outside world to make you consistently happy है ना anymore I mean
right,
आप
right.
outside world पे depend नहीं हो सकते हो सक्सेसफुल होने के लिए भी या हैप्पी होने के लिए it
So that feeling is very much needed to be get satisfied. But along with that, you should be consistent about your learning also. That's
एक्चुअली राइट राइट क्योंकि एक टीचर हो या एक स्टूडेंट हो वी ऑल आर लर्नर्स और जीवन में हर समय हर क्षण हर व्यक्ति से हर सिचुएशन से हमें सीखना चाहिए बिकॉज यूनिवर्स आपको हमेशा लर्निंग देने की कोशिश करती है तो यू शुड बी इन अ लर्निंग मोड एज वेल चलिए कौन पढ़ेगा अभी नेक्स्ट आज
Can I read, ma'am?
यस
Yeah. In chapter 3, I briefly illustrated how our mind are wired to avoid both physical and emotional pain. If you trade from the perspective of trying to get what you want or what you expect from the markets, what happens when the market doesn't behave in a way that will fulfill your expectations? Your mental defense mechanism kick in to compensate for the difference between what you want and what you are not getting, so that you don't experience any emotional pain. Next page, please. Our minds are designed to automatically block threatening information or find a way to obscure that information in order to shield us from the emotional discomfort we naturally feel. When we don't get what we want, you won't realize it in the moment, but you will pick and choose information that is consistent with what you expect so that you can maintain a pain free state of mind. However, in the process of trying to maintain a pain free state of mind, you also take yourself out of the opportunity flow and enter the realm of could have, the should have, the would have, and the if only. Everything that you could have, should have, or would have recognized in the moment appeared invisible. Then all becomes painfully evident after the fact, after the opportunity is long gone. To be consistent, you have to learn to think about trading in such a way that you are no longer susceptible to conscious or subconscious mental processes that cause you to obscure, block, or pick and choose information on the basis of what will make you happy. Give you what you want or avoid pain. The threat of pain generates fear, and fear is the source of 95% of the error you are likely to make. Certainly, you can't be consistent or experience the flow if you are consistently making errors. And you will make errors as long as you are afraid that what you want or what you expect won't happen. Furthermore, everything you attempt to do as a trader will be a struggle, and it will seem as if you are struggling against the market or that market is against you personally. But the reality is that it's all taking place inside your mind. The market doesn't perceive the information it makes available. You do. If there's a struggle, it's you who are struggling against your own thoughts. Can we go to the next page? Now you may be asking yourself, how can I think about trading in such a way that I am no longer afraid and therefore no longer susceptible to the mental processes that cause me to block, obscure, or pick and choose information? The answer is learn to accept the risk. Next.
इतना पहले डिस्कस करते हैं फिर आगे बढ़ेंगे ये
Yes.
पैराग्राफ
If I summarize,
हम्म
author is conveying that our brain is automatically designed in such a way that it wants to experience very minimal pain, or or if I can say, it wants to remain in the pain free state of mind. So whenever you are in a trade and the trade has gone against you, so brain will only pick the information which will be comforting to you. Like in trading, that you are long in the trade and trade is going against you, your stop loss is hit, and every tiny single green candle, our mind will tell us, okay, now the trend is reversed, now it is in your way, this is the bottom. So mind is designed in such a way that you remain in the painful state, and sometimes back, sometimes after, you see what was the opportunity, how it could have been improved, like that.
राइट राइट अभी मैं एक चीज और ऐड करती हूँ इसमें जो ट्रेडिंग है या बहुत सारी चीजें हैं ये अभी के टाइम की डिस्कवरी है बट जो ह्यूमन बॉडी है ह्यूमन ब्रेन है ह्यूमन थॉट्स है इमोशंस है ये बहुत पहले से चले आ रहे हैं तो यहाँ ऑथर ने यही बोला कि हमारा जो ब्रेन है हमारी जो थॉट प्रोसेस है वो ऐसी अ, बनाई हुई है ऐसे स्ट्रक्चर्ड एंड इसकी डिजाइनिंग ऐसी हुई है कि ये ना हमेशा खुश रहना चाहता है ना हमारी बॉडी पेन नहीं चाहती हमारी आत्मा हमारा मन हमेशा खुश रहना चाहता है बट ट्रेडिंग में क्या एक्सपीरियंसेस होते हैं ट्रेडिंग में आपको फियर भी होगा ट्रेडिंग में आपको लॉसेस भी होंगे ट्रेडिंग में आपको फायदे भी होंगे तो जो लास्ट लाइन है ना द आंसर इज लर्न टू एक्सेप्ट द रिस्क आपका माइंड आपको कहता है कि रिस्क को एक्सेप्ट नहीं करना है लेकिन रिस्क को एक्सेप्ट करना आपको फाइनली सिखाना ही पड़ेगा इफ यू वांट टू बी सक्सेसफुल इन ट्रेडिंग है ना
Yes. Really understanding risk. Other than the many issues surrounding responsibility that we discussed in chapter 3, there isn't anything about trading that is more central to your success and also more misunderstood than the concept of accepting the risk. As I mentioned in the first chapter, most traders erroneously assume that because they are engaged in the inherently risk activity of putting on and taking off trades, they are also accepting the risk. I'll repeat that this assumption couldn't be further from the truth. Accepting the risk means accepting the consequences of your trades without emotional discomfort or fear. This means that you must learn how to think about trading and your relationship with the market in such a way that the possibility of being wrong, losing, missing out, or leaving money on the table doesn't cause you your mental defense mechanism to kick in and take you out of the opportunity flow. It doesn't do you any good to take the risk of putting on a trade if you are afraid of the consequences, because your fears will act on your perception of information and your behavior in a way that will cause you to create the very experience you fear the most, the one you are trying to avoid. I am offering yes, I am offering you a specific thinking strategy composed of a set of beliefs that will keep you focused in the moment and in the flow. With this perspective, you will not be trying to get anything from the market or to avoid anything. Rather, you will let the market unfold and you will make yourself available to take advantage of whatever situation you define as opportunities. When you make yourself available to take advantage of an opportunity, you don't impose any limitation or expectations on the market's behavior. You are satisfied to let the market do whatever it is going to do. However, in the process of doing something, the market will create certain conditions you define and perceive as opportunities. You act on those opportunities to the best of your ability, but your state of mind is not dependent upon or affected by the market behavior. If you can learn to create a state of mind that is not affected by the market behavior, the struggle will cease to exist. When the internal struggle ends, everything becomes easy. At that point, you can take full advantage of all of your skills, analytical or otherwise, to eventually realize your potential as a trader. Here is the challenge. How do you accept the risk of trading without emotional discomfort or fear? When at the moment you perceive the risk, you simultaneously feel discomfort and fear. In other words, how do you remain confident and pain free? When you when you are absolutely certain you can be proved wrong, lose money, miss out, or leave money on the table, as you see, your fear and feeling of discomfort are completely justified and rational. Each of those possibilities become real the moment you contemplate interacting with the market. However, as true as all of these possibilities are for every trader, what isn't true or the same for every trader is what it means to be wrong, lose, miss out, or leave money on the table. Not everyone shares the same beliefs and attitudes about these possibilities, and therefore we don't share the same emotional sensitivities. In other words, not everyone is afraid of the same things. This may seem obvious, but I assure you, uh, can you move a little bit upward? Uh, I assure you, yeah, this may seem obvious, but I assure you it is not. When we are afraid, the emotional discomfort we feel in the moment is so real that it is beyond question. And it's natural to assume that everyone
Real.
shares our reality. I'll give you a perfect example of what I am talking about. I recently worked with a trader who was deathly afraid of snakes. As far as he was concerned, he had always been afraid of snakes because he couldn't recall a time when he wasn't. Now he is married and has a 3-year-old daughter. One evening, while his wife was out of town, his daughter and he were invited to a friend's house for a dinner. Unbeknownst to my client, his friend's child had a pet snake. When the friend's child brought out the snake for everyone to see, my client freaked and practically leapt to the other side of the room to get us far away from the snakes as possible. His daughter, on the other hand, was completely enthralled with the snake and wouldn't leave it alone. When he related this story to me, he said that he was not only shocked by the unexpected confrontation with the snake, but that he was just as shocked by his daughter's reaction. She, she wasn't afraid, and he assumed that she would be. I explained to him that the fear was so intense and his attachment to his daughter was so great that it was inconceivable to him that his daughter wouldn't automatically share his reality about snakes. But then I pointed out there really wasn't any way she could have shared his experience unless he specifically taught her to be afraid of snakes or she had had her own painful frightening experiences. Otherwise, without anything to the contrary in her mental state, the most likely reaction to her first encounter with a living snake would be pure, unadulterated fascination. Just as my client assumed that his daughter would be afraid of snakes, most traders assume the best traders like themselves are also afraid of being wrong, losing, missing out, or leaving money on the table. They assume that best traders somehow neutralize their fears with an inordinate amount of courage, nerves of steel, and self control.
चलिए यहाँ तक पहले डिस्कस कर लेते हैं, फिर आगे बढ़ेंगे, है ना?
Yes.
यहीं से स्टार्ट किया था, यहाँ से.
थोड़ा थोड़ा सा ऊपर. यस. ऑफर ये ऑथर ने अभी ये समराइज किया है बेसिकली कि फियर सबसे बिगेस्ट चैलेंज है फॉर एवरी ट्रेडर, लेकिन फियर को कैसे डिफाइन किया है कि आप मार्केट से कैसे इंटरेक्ट करते हैं, ये हर हर आदमी के लिए अलग है. ये वैसा ही है, अगर मैं अपनी टर्म्स में बोलूं, जैसे एक स्टोरी हम बचपन में सुनते थे कि एक रेस्टोरेंट में किसी लेडी के ऊपर एक देयर वाज अ ग्रुप ऑफ लेडीज हु वर हैविंग डिनर. एक कॉकरोच सडनली किसी के ऊपर आ गया एंड वो इतना ज्यादा ऑकवर्ड और इतना ज्यादा चिल्लाई वो कि उतने में वो कॉकरोच अभी दूसरी लेडी के ऊपर आ गया. नाउ इट वाज हर टर्न टू स्टार्ट द ड्रामा एंड इट जस्ट कंटिन्यूड. Just after 2 minutes, one waiter comes. She was also lady. She just picked up the cockroach and thrown it away. So, by looking at this situation, it is the same situation which author is saying, that the ladies were reacting to the situation in totally different manner than how waiter dealt with the situation. So, we think amateur traders thinks that fear, like successful traders has found some way to deal with their fear, deal with their fear of losing money, fear of leaving money on the table in some way, or they have compensated it with the courage or some kind of senses. So this is what till now we have read.
राइट राइट. कोई और कुछ शेयर करना चाहेगा अपनी लर्निंग?
It is,
Yeah.
ma'am. Yeah, it's one thing is here. Of course, fear is one of the component which you cannot go out of it 100%. But if you know how to manage the risk, or you can say a fear, you can better deal with it.
राइट
So
राइट. उसे
so
भागने
if
की बजाय उसका सामना करें.
राइट, अगर अगर आपको पता है कि भाई आपका घर ऐसी जगह पे है जहाँ चोरी हो सकती है, या आपको पता है कि यार इट्स इट्स आप जंगल के बीच में रहते हो तो एनी टाइम any wild animal can be enter in your home, so better to be have such kind of a scenarios where you can prevent yourself any and in any such of scenario. तो अगर आपको पता है कि रिस्क कितना है या फियर कितना है, तो अकॉर्डिंगली यू हैव टू स्टार्ट मैनेजिंग इट, दैट्स ओनली द डील हियर.
राइट राइट। और जो बिगनर मार्केट में ट्रेडिंग करने आता है, उसे पता है कि यहाँ सिर्फ पैसों का ही गेम है, या तो कमाए जाएंगे या लूज होंगे। तो
राइट,
कमाने पर खुशी और लूज होने पर गम, ये तो नहीं चलेगा।
यहाँ योगी होना पड़ता है मैम, ना जाने ना आने की खुशी ना जाने का गम.
राइट, यहाँ सिर्फ पॉइंट्स को गिनना जानना चाहिए। जो पैसे गिनना बंद कर देता है, उसके पास पैसे ऑटोमेटिकली आने लगते हैं। और दूसरी बात
मैंने
ये है कि
थोड़ा
सांप
सा
से मुझे भी बहुत डर लगता है।
Actually, one point I would like to
मुझे भी
mention.
मैम.
यस यस दीपक जी।
One point I would like to mention that we have attached our happiness to the wrong things.
हम्म।
We have to attach
एब्सोल्युटली
our happiness to the right things.
राइट
When
थिंग्स।
we are focusing on earning money or making money out of the market, it will just it is just the intermediary step. It is not the final step.
राइट राइट
After crossing this step, we want to achieve something else. We do not want to make, I mean, we want to make money, but it is not just the sake of making money. We must have some other goals also. For that, we are doing whatever activity we are doing. So
राइट
our
राइट।
happiness should be attached to the charity, should be attached to the contribution, should be attached to some higher goals, higher purpose of the life, not just
हाँ,
with the trade by
और
trade
अगर
profits.
और अगर वो भी ना करे तो प्रोसेस से रिलेटेड क्यों ना हम हैप्पीनेस अपना फिक्स कर दें। जैसे अभी एक सेशन में, जिस दिन एंड में सर ने सेशन लिया था, तो सर ने बोला कि हमें अपनी अलग अलग टाइप के इमोशंस से डील करना सीखना चाहिए मार्केट में, स्पेशली। तो आपकी टॉप पर आप नहीं बेच पाते हैं, तो उसके लिए आपने क्या किया, एक स्ट्रैटेजी बनाई। रादर देन ये फोकस करना कि मैं इतने पैसे नहीं कमा पा रहा हूँ, आपने क्या सोचा कि मैं टॉप पर सेल नहीं कर पा रहा हूं, तो मैं इसके लिए क्या स्ट्रैटेजी बनाऊं। देयर इज अ डिफरेंस, यू अंडरस्टैंड। एक आप सोच रहे हो कि
Yes.
मैं आज 10,000 से 20,000 बना सकता था, लेकिन मैं नहीं बना पाया। और एक वहीं पर आपका माइंडसेट ये कहता है कि आज मैं टॉप पर सेल कर सकता था, लेकिन मैं नहीं कर पाया। तो जब आप पैसों के बारे में सोचते हैं, तो आप प्रोसेस फॉलो नहीं कर पाएंगे, आप उसके लिए रिजल्ट नहीं ला पाएंगे। लेकिन जब आप प्रॉब्लम सोचते हैं, तो आप उसका सोल्यूशन निकाल कर लाए। यू
Yes.
अंडरस्टैंड। तो इट्स ऑल अबाउट हाउ यू थिंक, हाउ यू परसीव द थिंग्स, एंड इट्स ऑल अबाउट योर माइंड सेट। सब माइंड का
Yes.
गेम है।
Asking right kind of question is also very important.
वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, और तभी उसका जो है सोल्यूशन मिलता है। तो इसीलिए हम यहाँ जितनी जल्दी पैसों के मोह माया से निकल जाएं, और प्रोसेस पर, पॉइंट्स पर, अपनी स्ट्रैटेजीज पर, इन पर ध्यान लगाएं और माइंडसेट पर ध्यान लगाएं, तो डेफिनेटली हमें सक्सीड होने से कोई नहीं रोक सकता है। और सबसे पहला प्रोसेस तो अभी यहाँ जितने मेंबर्स हैं, उनके लिए जबरदस्त तालियां। वो ये फॉलो कर रहे हैं कि हम ये बुक पढ़ रहे हैं, जिससे माँ जी की जो लाइफ के एक्सपीरियंसेस हैं वो हम सीख रहे हैं। तो गोल राइटिंग स्टार्ट करेंगे अब, फिर हम नेक्स्ट टाइम इसके आगे पढ़ेंगे। Goal writing, I will give you 4 minutes, 3 to 4 minutes. You can write your short term and long term goal and gratitude. आज पूरे दिन में आपको जो भी अच्छा लगा हो, जिसके लिए भी आप आभारी हो, वो ग्रेटिट्यूड आप लिख सकते हैं। सो
हाँ,
थैंक यू सो
थैंक
मच, थैंक यू एवरीवन। अपना इतना
थैंक यू मैम,
कीमती समय
थैंक्स
निकाल
टू,
कर आप हमारे,
ग्रेटफुल टू यू आल्सो मैम.
यस थैंक यू,
यू मैम।
थैंक यू सो मच। कल मिलते हैं सेम टाइम पर बुक
यस मैम.
रीडिंग सेशन
Thank
में।
you, ma'am.
ओके, बाय बाय, गुड नाइट।